Hey guys, we're live. This is Kenya Alou with Ecom Avengers, and we're here tonight excited. I know it's been a while. We were doing opportunity hangouts, and we kind of put those on hold, and this is really just a time for the team to get together and talk with you and talk about the exciting things that have been coming. So as you guys pour in here, as you can see, our panel, you all know everybody on here. Becky Thames, Christopher Davis, Cindy Howard, and of course, we have Kevin Hokwana here with us, who is one of the co-owners of Infinii. So he took time out of his busy schedule to be with us. We're super excited that he did that. It's always a treat all the way from Japan. So we are going to talk. I hope that you all have had a chance to watch the corporate webinars that happened over the last week and a half. There were 2 of them. I hope you had a chance to watch them. If you haven't, go back to your Infinii back office and take a look. They broke it down very nicely so that if you weren't on live, you get to watch it in bite-sized pieces. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Kevin, for that. Okay, let's just talk about what's happening. So we came into Infinii. Many of you are here because you are wanting to make money from home. Some of you like to recruit, some of you don't like to recruit, but either way, the bottom line is that we have an incredible platform in e-commerce, which every person on this call, including myself, is making money on e-commerce through the platform that Infinii has given us, and we're very thankful for that. And I'll let everybody share their own experience. But some of you on here are new, and some of you on here have been with us for a long time. If you're new, and I mean, I talking to someone that came in just a few days ago, and he was listing items, and he came across someone's post. Nathan actually achieved top-rated seller the other day, and we posted about it in the group, and he was so excited. And this guy pops in. He said, you know, give a bro a hand. And what he doesn't know is that Nathan has been doing this business, working from home in e-commerce for a year now, and he's been consistent, and he's full-time now. He doesn't have a job outside of that. He's full-time. And it's not something that happened the first month he was in. But the great thing is that as you're consistent, this is actually a tangible way and a real way to establish yourself in a business from home. And it's just, I mean, it's really, if not the only opportunity out there, it's one of the very few. So I want to let someone else talk about what's so exciting that's coming. If you guys have not watched, again, the corporate webinars, you might not be able to follow us completely, so definitely go back there and watch it because there's a lot of details, a lot of what's coming and everything. But we just wanted to get the team together and talk a bit about what that means from the perspective of a member, because we're all members here. So we want to share with you what the changes mean to us as members. Kevin, before we start, do you want to say anything first? Because we're going to end with you. We're going to bring the power with you at the end. But is there anything you want to say before?
No, I'm just happy to be on this call, and I'll tell you why. Thank you, Chris. You guys down here, and you guys are all rock stars who can help people grow income. And I want to step back with you. There's somebody I think some back. Am I getting yeah?
Yeah, there's a little back noise. Try it again.
Okay.
Now,
is anyone unmuted, maybe? There we go. Yeah? Yeah. All right. So, one thing, and let me go. I am getting some back noise, so I'm going to do this. There we go. So, one thing that's funny that you asked, you said somebody posted, hey, look, I'm doing all this stuff on e-commerce, and someone came along in the post and said, oh, give a brother, help me out, help me get this going. The thing is, the 3 of you that are on here have been champions of helping people do that, number 1. Number 2, but anyone, if you're looking at any business opportunity, anything that you're looking to do in the home-based business arena, it's not going to just pop up and magically here you go, it's given to you. It takes work, right? It takes work. You have to follow the steps in what you're doing to grow your business. It's something that you have to do. We just so happen to have a platform that has been the easiest thing that I think anyone on this call, you probably raise your hand and say, yeah, this has been the easiest thing I've ever done. But it still takes work, and it's still something that that is going to, be there for you if you build it. And one thing that you're lucky, though, above and beyond what I see out there in the e-commerce space or in the network marketing space or the MLM space, is you have a group of people here that will really help you out, that will really go above and beyond what you'll see out there, and I think you should kind of cherish that a little bit, guys. So for those of you who are looking at this, if you're on their team, you already know what they're capable of and what they've probably done to help you in your life. But if you're not, if you're just kind of peering in and you just open the door and taking a peek and seeing what this team is doing, what these guys are doing, then you've got to understand that they go above and beyond every step of the way to help you have success in this industry. So I'm just excited to be here. I see this every day. Every day I see everyone on this call helping people, really genuinely changing their lives. And, I get to be one tiny cog in that giant, assembly of what it takes to get that done. And I just appreciate, you guys having me out here to talk about that. So I'm going to shut up for a minute and let you do your thing, but I just want to say I'm excited to be around leaders like this, because you got to understand they're few and far between in any industry, right? Most people are kind of in it for just themselves, and you'll see these guys and these gals just lauding and supporting and celebrating every little success you have to help build you up instead of tearing you down, which is what you see out there in our society. So I'm really excited to be here, and with that I'm going to shut up for a minute, because you guys will get me off on some crazy tangents, but I appreciate you all. I appreciate you for having me out here, and hopefully I can shed some light on what we're doing in the next couple weeks and months and years as we move forward. So,
I love that. Years to move forward. There's no short-term mindset here. This is a long-term company. There's huge vision. Super excited. Thanks, Kevin. So, I've talked with a lot of people individually on the team, including the members that are on the panel now, and we are all gearing up for something huge with the new changes. We're so excited, and we're kind of like chomping at the bit. It's like the bull at a rodeo and the bullpen, and we're all like in the pen, and we're waiting for the gate to open because we're just crazy excited to get out there and do what we want to do. Cindy, are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. Cindy Howard, you guys have seen her in the group, and she's one of the most helpful people. She's always making sure everybody knows when trainings are, when things are happening that you need to be aware of. She's the first person. She is on every single webinar. She knows everything that's happening with the company. She's just an amazing leader, and I really appreciate her very much, being on a part of the team and leading. And she also has her own very successful e-commerce business going. So, and she's very humble, so you don't see her posting a whole lot about it, but it's really cool what she's got going on. Cindy, just share, a little bit about what you're doing and what you think about what's happening.
Thanks, Kenny. I really appreciate that. As we all know, we probably have, had a little of the ups and downs, and, I've been in since day one, from back in I think we were 13, and what's coming now, I think, is finally going to be the culmination of all that we've all stayed, the ups, the downs, and what I see coming, I think, is just going to be over and above what we've been waiting for. And all those little missing pieces are being filled in. And again, if you haven't been on those webinars, please go back and watch, because there's so much information that we're going to need to move forward. And one of the things, and I know we're probably all going to say the same thing, is the new comp plan that's coming out. I couldn't for the life of me have told anyone, and I still can't tell anyone on my team, how we actually get paid in the old plan. It's just look in your back office, yay, there's money there. We don't care how it got there, we just know it's there. And that's what I would tell my people. I don't know, just be happy there's money there. I have no clue how it got there. I just know we work really hard, and there it is, and that's how I explain the comp plan. But the new one, I think it's going to be so much easier. And the fact that we're getting to have holding tanks and we're going to be able to run some amazing contests if you're an affiliate. I think it's also going to be easy for somebody that might be considering becoming an affiliate, that might be scared. This is going to be so simple for them to duplicate. And I also love the fact that, I don't know if people have been in the back yet and seen the updated training. I don't think people realize that a lot of the videos have been completely redone. The Excel training has been completely redone, and even though I have Genesis from DSD, there were still a lot of missing parts, and that's all been filled in now in Excel. And then there's another fact that I'm not quite sure if it's been told, but I don't think it's top secret, but there are going to start to be trainings for the different levels. So there will be training for Prime specific. There will be training for those in Surge specific. And then there will be Excel training. And then along with Kevin's amazing new marketing Partner Plus, that's just going to be so easy. And I think that for people that have never thought about becoming an affiliate, the Partner Plus is that missing piece that even someone that is technically challenged, sometimes like myself, you can just get in there and get started right away, and boom, you're done. So that's what my take is on what's coming, and I just think the marketplace, the vendors, the digital, it's just all going to be brand new, and I think it's totally exciting what's coming.
That's awesome. And yeah, you know, with Cindy, with what you said about marketplace and digital and vendors and everything, there's so many different things, but that's because it's like our net is wide. You don't have to be involved in every single aspect of the company. Everyone's going to have their niche that they enjoy, that they want to plug into, and the network that you have might not be interested in the niche that you are interested in, but there's something here for them to make income, and it's really and literally, like the slogan, it's endless opportunities await here.
It's a total buffet. You can just go and pick what you want. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to try it all. You know me. I love to bundle. I'm the scanning queen, and Costco's my, du jour. And I find some amazing, crazy things. But I have no desire to do a couple of the other things. Not that I don't, but right now, that's what I love.
And you're making some good money doing it too, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Becky, how about you?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I hear feedback. Do you hear it now?
I can hear you.
Okay. I don't hear any feedback.
Okay, great. So I'm excited to be on here and share. And I post a lot about my results. I post them everywhere. But yesterday, I crossed $50,000 in commissions with Infinii. And guys, I do this part-time. I'm thankful for my entire team. I'm very, very thankful for even the 3 ladies that believed in me in the very beginning. I didn't even know them. I met them on Facebook, and they just believed in me. And guys, I had one sale, and I lost 7 cents on it because I said, I don't need the training. I can copy and paste from the little intro video. Don't do that, guys. Watch the training. So I lost 7 cents on my first sale, but I was still super excited. And the reason I was super excited is because my husband is the biggest skeptical person as far as home-based businesses. He supported me, but he was skeptic. And he watched the video, and he said, Becky, that's brilliant. And guys, that was like the golden ticket from Willy Wonka for me. I was like, yay! So I knew I had something way back then when he said, Becky, that's brilliant. And so I just started learning. And a couple of things that I did that I don't recommend that you do is I saw all the people on the bottom, they were using Macs. So I went out and bought a Mac. Well, then I had to have an Android phone. Well, I had an iPhone, so I went and bought an Android phone. And then I had a full-time job and 2 very active kids. And I was trying to watch the training, and it was shiny object here and shiny object there. And don't do that. Focus, focus, focus. So Yes, I had $50,000 in commissions yesterday, but more importantly, I had $689,000 in sales, profited well over what my 2 master's degrees pay me in a 20-year career that I absolutely loved. So I still work my career, but I have some exciting news. My husband is 49 years old, and he's retiring June 30th. So a little over a month. So super excited for him. He's been in his industry for about 32 years. He started right out of high school. So he's excited, and he's an awesome dad and husband. So I'm excited about that. Now let's talk about the comp plan. I knew nothing about the old comp plan. I didn't care. Money would be in there. I would just call Kenya. I said, where is this coming from? Are they going to take it back? What is it? And she's like, no, it's okay. And I just was ignorance on fire. I just kept working, kept telling people, kept sharing, kept calling, talking, whatever. And if you were within 3 feet of me, you knew that I was in Infinii. You knew that I was making a buku of money on, even today, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Shopify, everything, just making money. And I have one product that I do ship from my home. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy. I walk to my mailbox every morning with like 4 or 5 little packages, and it's $10 in each one before I even go to work. This weekend it was like $100 day from one product. So, and I can't do FBA or fulfilled by Amazon with that product because they said it's hazardous, but it's like a fingernail polish type thing, but it's not really hazardous. But anyway, I ship it from home, $10 a pop, and I'm super excited about that. For me, I do not like going out scanning. I have done it. I've made a buku of money doing that, but because I have a busy life, it's totally hands-free for me. So I call my manufacturer. I say, hey, my stock is low. Can you ship it? And so now I'm strategically doing it so I don't get charges for monthly charges. So I know how many I sell a month. So a good supply chain management there. And even, I mean, I'm very open at work. They're like, why are you still working? And that's the number one question that I get. And I say, because one, I love my job, and literally my business is hands-free. Amazon does everything for me. I have 9 products, some private label, some branded, and I'm just living the life. Now I know if I did leave my job, I could make a buttload more money, but I'm happy and I'm comfortable and I like it just the way it is.
Thanks, Becky. Becky's got, I need it real quick. Okay, so Becky has one of those high-powered jobs where she's like a supervisor over like chemists. She's like really smart, and here she is. So she's got, I'm probably being presumptuous, but I'm assuming your full-time job is a 6-figure job, and then she's got her 6-figure, you know, home business, which is insanity. So yeah, it's amazing. She did call me one time, and her story is true. She's like, there's this money in there, and I just don't know where it came from. I don't know why it's there, and and so we talked about it a little bit, and we analyzed it. And I'm like, no, it's right. It's your money. You know, go for it. It's your money. And she's like, okay. But it was so funny. And how cool is it? And what other home-based business do you wake up and look in your back office and wonder why there's money there that you didn't understand, you know? But now the beautiful thing is we are going to be able to understand it, and we're going to have, because I know some of you want to build, some of you want to build a team within Infinii, and you've asked me, you're like, how do I make $4,000 a month? And I got to be honest with you, with the old comp plan, I was like, I don't know a specific number for you to recruit. All I know is you need to run. Let's run. Let's go. Let's do it. But I could not tell you for the life of me, could not figure out the numbers. I couldn't break them down for you. It was very frustrating. So I am very excited about the new plan. I'm very excited that if you come to me and ask me, what do I need to do to make $4,000 a month, I'm going to have some very clear steps that you need to take. Everyone on this call, everyone in the company will have very clear steps on what you need to do to make it happen. And you're going to be able to implement it. You're going to be able to write down what you need to do and accomplish it. And you're going to be able to count on that steady income that you're looking for, not just on the e-commerce side, but also on the partner side. Christopher, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You guys know the Hot Cake King. You know him. He's helped you in the training on our site. It's amazing. Thank you for all you do, Chris. And I'm going to let you take it away.
Hey, everybody. I'm really happy to be here. I'm going to just let you know right now, I'm really shy on these things, but once I get to talking, you know, it just comes out. So I'm very excited about everything that this comp plan, this company is doing. Me personally, I sit back and I watch, and and you can do that. I mean, I sit back and watch. I do my eBay, I do my Amazon, and I quietly make my money. But then I also watch and see what else goes on within the company, to where yes, as far as the comp plan is concerned, I think this new rollout of the comp plan is something I haven't seen in the industry. And I know a lot of people say that all the time, but this is it's truly. I mean, I don't really go back to look at my commissions or anything like that. I just run with everything, and I make sure my team knows what's going on in eBay, what's going on in Amazon, and maybe once every couple months I might look back there and like I think it was about 3 weeks ago I looked back there and I was like, what? Really? Where did this? Okay, this is weird. So yeah, I was very surprised because that's when they said that the new stuff with the comp plan was coming out. And I was like, okay, well, I'm still running with my eBay, and I'm doing very well. I have a couple products on Amazon that's doing very well. And most of the time, when I do say anything about my sales, it's normally about eBay because personally, everybody comes in at eBay. My team comes in at eBay. Everybody else's team comes at eBay, and that's where you start most of the time. Mostly 80% of us. So they want to see that, yeah, does this drop shipping really make? I've heard that you get nickel and dime here, nickel and dime there. Well, I like to prove that wrong. So when I first got in, this is a short story. So when I first got in, I wanted to prove to myself that I can get a big commission. Okay. So when I got to the point where I could have the release of well, PayPal would give me my money right away. I put up an item that I was going to make a couple $100 on. Well, I think it was $823 I mean, that's straight profit right there. So I put it up there, and I was like, okay, if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm busy breaking in the little sales, the $20 here, the $100 here, the $200 there. And then after 2 weeks of that listing being up, it actually sold. And that's when a lot of you want to think that, okay, can I sell something big? Can I make big profits with this? Can I make big profits with dropshipping? And I've put the proof out there many times because I've done it more than once that you can make really good profits with dropshipping. I mean, there's many times where I've made $200 days off of one product. So, and I have this one product that I sell over and over again, but it's a $10 to $20 profit. But if you're selling it like 5 to 10 times a day, at the end of a week, you done made a 40-hour pay right there, more actually. So I know a lot of people, when I talk to people, they say, well, you're drop shipping. I was like, well, that's a little bit of pennies. And I show them my PayPal account. Well, occasionally I show people my PayPal account if they're good friends. And they say, you did that all with yeah, most of it was like 75% was done with drop shipping. So this, like I said, this comp plan for me is it's going to be pretty good for my team, as well as actually getting people to make money right away. You know what I mean? So I mean, I mean, that's all. I mean, especially the listing tool. My thing was this: when I first got started, we did everything manually. Now,
Mhm.
it was difficult to do one listing manually, but the listing tool where it gives you everything, and you just gotta change a few things, and then bam, within a couple minutes, you got a listing up there. I mean, you could blow out in 30 minutes a pretty good amount of listings if you set your mind to it, if you set your head to it. A lot of people say an hour. I try things out. I say, okay, people's brain says 30 minutes, they could, that's it. After 30 minutes, they're like, oh, this is frustrating. 30 minutes, you can get a good number of listings out and have a pretty good sizable store or sizable eBay account to start making you some good money. So, like I said, the listing tool, and then the stuff that's coming out, the marketing system. I mean, Kevin's freaking the way he does his training is just unreal, and then the marketing system that he has over there is wow. That's all I can say is I'm loving it. So I haven't fully tried it out, but I've been doing little things within his training as far as like with some YouTube stuff and some Facebook stuff, and it's really actually I can see that it's going to work down the road because what you do is you put in little tidbits of stuff, and as you do it every day or little by little, it comes back to you down the road. This is not like a get rich quick scheme where you put in a whole bunch of time in a day and then the next day you're like a millionaire. No, this is building a business. This is not, I mean, it's basically you can say you're building a brick and mortar business, but you're doing it online. You're slowly building your business up to where now it's sustaining you like Becky is doing, like most of us on this panel is doing. They built their business up to where now they can say, this is a serious income. So, like I said, I'm happy to be here. I'm looking for other little exclusive products now. So I'm really into exclusive products because they seem to sell pretty good for me. I love exclusive. So I'll let you know that's the thing to go for a lot of times, exclusive. But it's dangerous. But the good thing is you have a listing tool that will be tracking stuff for you, so you can actually go for exclusive stuff because exclusive stuff sell out really fast. All right. Anything else?
That's awesome. No, I like what you said about some of you all are making $10 profits, and don't, like you said, don't frown on those because shoot, don't frown on the $5 profits because if you sell that thing over and over and over, what does that look like? That looks like $100 that week on one little product that you're making $5 on. So there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I wanted to say didn't mean to cut you off. You had me think about something. I mean, I have this one product that actually I'm only making $2 on. And to me, that one product gets my other products seen. Yeah, I'm maybe only making $2 or under, but that product sells 10 to 20 times a day. Okay, but then I get repeat customers like it's unreal. Just from that product alone, they come back and see my other items. I'm like, well, they bought this item that was only $2, but then they spent on an item that I'm making a $75 profit or a $50 product. So a lot of times you might be getting small profits from a particular item that's selling over and over again, but those customers are looking at your other products. So don't knock the little profit. It's just like when you go into a Kmart or a Walmart and you're looking for a little product or maybe a $10 product, but then you come out and you done bought a TV and the little $2, $3 product. It's the same way. You have to look at your business that way. Don't look at it as, oh, well, I'm only making 2 cents or $1 on this. I shouldn't list it. Or $2 on this. I shouldn't list it. If it sells over and over again and you got other products in your line, that's definitely, I would, go about doing that. But that's all I wanted to let everybody know.
Plus, all those little sales are going to contribute to your feedback and your seller rating, which is going to increase your overall, the overall health of your business too. So that's pretty cool. I remember my first couple sales. I think I lost $13. In my first couple weeks, I lost $13 when I started. But I was like, okay, I didn't price it right or whatever. Fine, I messed up. But my first product that I sold was a piggy bank, and I actually bought 2 of those same piggy banks for each of my kids because they were so cool. But it's called a money box, and I wonder where it is. No, it's not in here. But there's 3 little categories, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just sold this thing. I made $6, but you would have thought that I won the lottery because I was so excited, and I bet you every one of you who've had your first sale feel that way. It's very exciting to know you have your hands on something that works. On the comp plan, the other thing that some of you I know have, based on, I'm talking to current team members right now, where you maybe have recruited a couple people and you're frustrated because you're like, I made $7.50 and I have all this volume over here and I have this much over here and I don't understand, I'm not getting paid. That is coming to a very quick halt. And I'll let Kevin share more about that, even though it's on all the webinars. I just want you to hear it in a more casual environment. This is a casual, laid-back team webinar, so we're talking a little differently right now. But you're not going to have that anymore. You're actually going to be more rewarded for your efforts as a new person coming in, as someone who doesn't have 100 people that you're going to recruit. You're going to be rewarded, and you're going to be able to make consistent income, which, to me, I don't want to build a business where my team can't make a consistent income. And I think everyone on this panel probably feels the same way. Kevin, are you there?
I am. So I want to talk about where we've been as far as the comp plan. And right now, if you're in Infinii, look at the date on this video, because obviously in the next 10 days it's going to change. But where we've been is a binary compensation plan. And a binary compensation plan is kind of the dinosaur of the industry. It's tried and true. There are segments of the network marketing world that love it. But the reality is, a lot of these older compensation plans that exist out there that have been the tried and true thing, they're no longer valid. They change as time goes by. And we're in a time of immense change. So we needed something that could adapt to that. So we built out a totally separate compensation plan. Now, the way what everyone is sitting in right now, where everyone is swimming inside of Infinii, is a binary. So you might have one leg with 8 bazillion people on it. And what does that mean to you, right? Traditionally, it meant motivation. Oh, wow, I've got this leg down here. Half of my business is built. Let me go build this one. But the reality is, with the binary compensation plan, you might have 20,000 people on your outside right leg that you're just not getting paid on. And at first it might be exciting, but a couple days go by, a week goes by, a month goes by. It's not exciting. It's just kind of a tease, right? So what we did was, and actually let me show my screen real quick. Let me know. There you go. You guys should be able to see my screen here?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay. So what we did was, this is our entire compensation plan right here. Okay, our entire compensation plan is broken down into 4 things. Now, one of the biggest things about a comp plan in any company is a compensation plan is nothing more than document with numbers and $1 comes in and here's how we're going to pay out X amount. Now, first off, any company that delivers a product, that delivers a physical product, is pretty much capped because they have what's called COG, cost of goods, COGS. So that lowers what they can pay out. So first thing to notice is whenever we talk about business volume, which is a pretty common word in compensation plans, it's $1 for 1 BV. Okay, we don't have COGS, we don't have cost of goods, we don't dilute what you're getting because we have expenses because hey, it's a digital product. So instead of paying out 25 to 35% like most people do, we're able to pay out upwards of 70% in our compensation plan for that reason. Now, it's really simple, and it needs to be simple because most people that start in Infinii and most people that start with us, they're not coming to us from a position of I want to build the compensation plan. They're coming from a position of I want to be a customer and I want to learn all this cool stuff that everyone's doing on e-commerce. And oh, by the way, wow, I made some money. Now I want to promote it. So how do I do that? And so to have some convoluted 19,000 different way to earn compensation plan is not going to fly. We just got done trying that. It doesn't work. So what we have is 4 ways to earn. The first way is a jump start, okay? And this is 25% of what comes in the door on the first order. So somebody comes in and they join at Excel and they spend $400 with you. You're going to get 25% of that day one. $100 in your pocket day one because you sponsored them. Now that is going to get paid out 2 weeks from the time that it is generated, all right? So 25% on the front end. This enables you, this is pretty high. And the way most of the people look at it in the industry is they say the more money we see here, the less we see on the residual side, so the big builders don't want it. But this is what the masses need. My job is to make sure you get in a profit immediately, as fast as humanly possible in your business. So this is step 1, jumpstart, 25%. Number 2, we have milestones that are built in. So as you go through and hit ranks like manager, regional manager, national manager, and global manager, you're going to get a milestone that gets pumped out to you. You can earn $1,000 as you move through the ranks in milestones at the earliest ranks to make sure that your teams and that you are getting an income in your pocket fast, really quick. Now we do something cool here, and that is we actually, if you invite somebody and they join, and they go ahead and they hit global manager, every time that they hit one of these milestones on their way up to global manager, you're going to earn 20% of what they do, what they earn on your level 1. And then anyone that they refer, you're going to earn 10% on that. So there's a lot of money here as you help people start getting money in their pocket for you to collect. It's crazy. The third way to earn is actually what's called our Infinity Pay. Now this goes 10% on what's happening in your organizations to infinity levels deep. Now there are caps on this. So those of you who are used to compensation plans where you earn X percent on your organizations, there are caps, but the caps are different. Most companies cap you vertically. What does that mean? That means most people say, hey, level 1 through 7, you earn 10%, and then anything beneath that, you can't. And that is pretty bad because now I can't help somebody on my level 12 build, my level 13. I can't help somebody deep in my organization's build, and we want people to help people build, no matter where they are in their organizations. So you get 10% on what's happening in your organizations. Doesn't matter left leg, right leg, it's all legs, right? So we get rid of that left leg, right leg scenario. Next we have the infinity match. As you hit these ranks, these managers, regional manager, national, once you hit regional, you start check matching your personals. So if your personals made $100, one of your personals made $100 in this infinity pay, you would have made 5% of that. You would have made $5. And as you go up through the ranks, that starts increasing higher and higher until you're at 100% of what your personals are doing in their organizations. In their check for infinity pay, you're check matching that up to 100%. That's where the money gets crazy, right? So this is the entire compensation plan, and we just went over this. It took about 5 minutes. Now there's a couple cool things that happen here though that you're gonna love, and one is a holding tank. Okay, so once you have 3 people in your business, now the 4th person is going to go into a holding tank so that you can move that person wherever you want. You've got 30 days to do so, and you can place them in your organizations. You can place them as deep as you want. The cool thing about that is when you're placing people in your organizations, that volume that goes along with them will actually help people pop these milestone ranks. It'll help people hit manager. So you could put somebody underneath of somebody and it made them go manager, generating them $50, right? Right? Regional manager, boom, 100, and so on and so forth. So you can pop entire lineages by moving volume that's in your holding tanks. And you can keep that volume in your holding tanks for 30 days. So what does that mean, though? If I have somebody that comes in, okay, and let's say this is all happening in my holding tank. I have Kenya come in, she starts putting people in, and I put somebody underneath of her. For 30 days, that whole entire organization, I can move that organization for 30 days. Now, if I have someone new come in and I put Kenya underneath of that person, well, the clock just restarted, didn't it? So I've got another 30 days, and I can literally build out massive organizations inside of my holding tanks to help people. That is gonna, I mean, Kenya's been on the other side of this and built this out before, and I think she knows how powerful that can be when you're working in holding tanks. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy what you can do. I'm going to stop sharing my screen there for a second. There you go. You guys should be able to see me. So it's pretty crazy what you can do with the holding tanks. But more importantly, it gives you a clear guide, because every rank is pretty much either X2 or X3 above the last rank. So basically, if somebody comes in and I get, let's say Kenya comes in and Kenya goes to manager, okay? And we're good. We got Kenya to manager. Awesome. She's at manager. How do we get Kenya to regional manager? All we got to do is get 3 managers underneath Kenya. How do we get Kenya to national? 3 regionals. How do we get to global? 3 nationals. So you're building in sets of 3, okay? And that right there gives you a clear path on what to do. Right now, the binary, you just don't know, okay? Any of the binary compensation plans out there, you just don't know. You get in the business, you're like, I'm ready to rock this out. You go to your upline, what do I need to do? And your upline's going to go, well, do you have what do you have for a power leg? Do you have a weak leg? Where you placed them? It's crazy. This, we don't have that. We don't have that problem, because somebody comes in, all they have to do is get 3 people in, they pop manager. They get 25% of what those people paid, of what those new signups, those new team members paid in. You get 25% of that. You hit manager, you get a $50 milestone bonus. Your upline gets 20% of that. Your upline's upline gets 5% or 10% of that. How do you get to regional manager? You help those 3 people you brought in get to manager. Help them get their 3 people. You can do that by placing them. You can do that by teaching them what you did to help them get started. But you can have real tangible results when somebody comes in and gets 2 people involved, and you say, I've got the 3rd right here, let's do this. And you can start putting people in strategic builds. The folks who come in that want to work, that want to build, that want to grow, will now have that opportunity to do so. You can't do that in a binary, guys. You can't do that in a binary compensation plan. Because if you bring in your biggest builder and you put them on your outside left leg, and there's this big runaway leg, as much help as they want, as much as they go, Kevin, can you help me out down here? I mean, I've got all this volume. I need someone on this leg. You're going to go, oh man, you're kind of on my big leg. I got to build over here because this is where I get paid. We get rid of that. We get rid of that. The only balancing that you want to do in this compensation plan is 3 people on your front line, and help them get their 3, and so on and so forth. You want to get 3 people and you want to work with them 100%. You want to run contests in their organization. Kenny knows all about this, about running these contests in organizations. You want to go ahead and help those 3 people get to the next rank. And by doing that, you'll be the next rank up, and so on and so forth, all the way up through the compensation plan. It's simple. So we're pretty excited about this. We have a lot of folks that are in the industry that are, compensation plan experts and things of that nature, and we've hired a lot of them. And they've never seen anything like this. They've never seen this kind of compensation plan, because it doesn't exist. It didn't come off. It's not an off-the-shelf comp plan that we said, oh, that would be great. Let's go ahead and pick which one we want. No, we just put into the compensation plan what we would want to build. What would we as marketers, as internet marketers, as network marketers, like to build? What do we need? Well, we need a lot of money on the front end, because if I'm going to run advertisements, I need at least 25% back on when I get that person to sign up. It's there. What else do we need? We need a way for people to build in depth, infinite depth in their organizations. We've got that. You can find your leaders as deep as you need to go inside of your organizations. And so, I mean, it's crazy. So this is what we're pretty excited about this. I think you can tell we're a little bit excited. I'm going to show this one more time so I can illustrate one thing. And you guys kind of got me on a tangent now, because let's go and take a look. So right here, okay, when we look at the qualifications and we look at this compensation plan, take a look at the business volume requirements. Every compensation plan has requirements, right? You have some kind of requirement that you have to hit before you hit a rank. So for manager, the first rank, that's $400 in business volume. So $400 in your organizations, that is what you need to hit the rank of manager. To hit regional manager, you'll notice it's $1,200. All right, to hit national, it's $35. This is X3. So if I have 3 managers, these 3 are managers, what does that make me? That makes me a regional manager. And I start earning more inside of the compensation plan. The amount of income that I can earn per leg starts jumping by doubles and triples at times. Okay, and what you can earn per line of lineage. The difference between this and everything else that's out there is every unilevel build that exists, again, will pay you 7, 10, 12 levels deep at the most. Once somebody gets past that level, that's it. You don't get paid on them. And that is not a position you want to be in when you're moving volume under folks, okay? I was in a company, and Kenya was in this company as well. And whenever I would move somebody underneath of somebody to help them out, whenever I would drop someone underneath of someone, right, it would destroy my check. I would literally lose money because I moved this person underneath every single time. And so that creates a negative feeling when you're going to move money and you're going to move volume underneath of people to help them get to a certain rank, to help them get a bigger check, to help them have success. You should be rewarded for that. Why are you penalized for that? And so that's what I found in those compensation plans, and that's one thing that we had to resolve when we built out this one. Now, it's gone through a few reiterations. We've had a lot of experts look at this, but they've all come back saying, wow, I've never seen this before. And that's because it doesn't exist, because it was built off of the premise of what would we want? I want a lot of money on the front end. I want at least 25% on my front end when I sign somebody up. I signed them up. I should get paid for that. I want checks for those early ranks so I can encourage somebody when they get to global manager, they've made $1,000 in just milestones alone. I need a residual income that pays me no matter how deep my organization is, so that I can move people deep into my organizations. And I need to match that income as I go up the ranks of those folks. I need to match that income higher and higher and higher as we go. So that's what we have, and that's the compensation plan that we built out. So we're pretty excited about all of this and about what we have here. And I think that a lot of folks, when you look at the compensation plans that exist out there in our industry, you're going to find really quick that this doesn't exist, number one. Number two, the flagship one is the binary. And that binary, again, puts you in a pretty crappy position that we just lived through for the last 6 months, right? We lived through it. Everyone here is like, I don't understand how I get paid. And when we look at all the compensation plans out there, look at any comp plan, you're going to see, oh, you have 14 different ways to earn. That's great, but just give me 4 and let me understand it, you know, because when I get confused, I stop. And I think that that's true for most people, especially our team, especially our family here with Infinii, because a lot of them came from the side of, wow, this product looks cool, and Becky's making all this money, and I want to be like Becky when I grow up, so let me go ahead and join this. And then they do, and what happens? They get into the compensation plan when it's time to share, and they have no freaking idea how to even do it. And so I apologize, first off, for bringing that compensation plan to you. It's ridiculous. And you know, it's been 6 months of really good learning experiences. And I'll tell you what we did. When you say, hey, I woke up one day and was like, oh, this money's there, I don't understand how they got there. Here's what we tried to do from a corporate standpoint, from our standpoint. We saw that the binary compensation plan wasn't working the way we wanted it to. And so our fix to that was to make it better, was to put more things in there, more conditions to help you earn even more money, right? Oh, well, look, there's breakage here. You know, people aren't hitting this rank, so let's just put more money back in the comp plan. And we kept doing that. You'll find that a theme with us. If we find a spot where we can put more money in, we just do it to the mass detriment of ourselves. But we do that. But what does that do? It adds a layer of complexity on top of an already complex compensation plan, right? You got 9 ways to earn this week, and next week you got, 10 ways to earn. Congratulations, we're giving you another way to earn. What does that mean for you? Why would you care? You wouldn't. Who cares? Another way out, another way to earn. Good job. So it really comes back to scrapping that, throwing it away in the garbage where it belongs, and bringing out a compensation plan that we know you can build, that we know you'll know what to do. You come in. What do? You watch a video of Kevin saying, hey, you need 3 people. Go get them. Here's how you're going to do that. And connect with your upline. And uplines, for those of you at different ranks in the compensation plan, you need different training, right? When you first come in, you need training on how do I get my first 3 people, right? That's all you care about. That's all anyone cares about when they first come in. How do I break even with this thing and get into some kind of profit? That's the kind of training you get. When you hit the rank of, director, you're now at a place where you need to be popping global managers left and right. So your training is different. Here's how I run a team with somebody in my holding tank. I got 1 person in my holding tank, not a recruiting machine. I got 1 person in my holding tank. Let's leverage that person. Let's help them, and let's help a lot of people in the process. And that's the kind of training that you get at those levels. So it's very, very exciting. Kenya, you've had tons of experience working in this kind of organization, and I'm pretty sure that you'll, just like I know, I'm pretty sure you know that when you were in that other company and you did move people underneath somebody, you were severely penalized for it. I mean, your check would immediately go down. I remember times when it was like my check was $20,000 and then I moved somebody and I move an organization and I refresh the screen and my check dropped by a couple $1,000s. And that's a residual income that I'd lose out on because it was not a unlimited depth thing. It was X amount of levels deep. And that's why we have unlimited depth, because you can find your leaders and you can find the volume 1,000 levels deep. 20 people later that aren't ready to work, that don't want to build, and you've got 1 person going to town, and you can still support that person and help them because it's unlimited depth. So I'm pretty excited about this. I mean, I think you guys are going to love it with what we got here. And I think that taking the binary compensation plan and squishing it up and just pitching that away is probably the right thing to do, because no one on this call can understand how the compensation plan works. And you're some pretty smart people. If you can't understand it, then it needs to go away. So I'm excited to bring this out. I mean, it's simple. It's all built in 3 people, 3 people, 3 people, right? And yeah, that's where we're at.
I'm excited. I think you guys took the best part of what that other company had in their comp plan, that one part with the holding tank, and you pulled it over here, and then you combined it with some other of the best parts of the other things you all have experienced and what you've done. And I think it's shaping up to be something amazing. This has been it's a startup company, and with any startup, we have things that we're trying to work through, and this is one of those things. But those people who have stayed and who have not wavered, and just we just feel it in our gut. This is something amazing. We're on the brink of something amazing. There's reward for that. There's reward for the loyalty and for staying, because I know Kevin, I know Hitesh, and I know Jason. And the one thing I know about these 3 men is that they're never going to throw in the towel. They are going to continue to work to make it amazing because they care about the people. They really do. And I mean, you all know them too. Cindy has known Kevin for a very long time, and I just know the track record. I know that they are tirelessly working behind the scenes to make it better, to fix it, to meet the needs of the people. And I'm going to be right here. I'm not going anywhere. This panel's not going anywhere. There's too much that's coming that is going to help masses of people. And I want to be here when it happens. It's already happening, but it's going to be happening on a greater level very soon. And I'm so excited. I cannot stand it. Cindy was also there in that other company, and she knows the whole contest. And you guys on our team, we are going to be having some fun. Like, it is so much fun to run contests. And Alessandro has been telling me, because he was there by my side when we were doing all those other things in the other company, the contests and all that. And he kept saying, can't you run a contest with the team? Because it used to get people really excited, and can't you do, but the thing is, we couldn't with the other plan. We couldn't before in the way that things were. So I kept saying, it just doesn't work in this plan. Like we need the holding tank. We need the holding tank. And it's just, for those of you who have experience with it, for those of you who don't have experience with it, get ready for a lot of fun. You're going to be excited. You're going to feel like you're rewarded, because when we place somebody from the holding tank under somebody on our team who is working, who is contributing to the team, who is building and sharing, it's an actual financial reward. It's tangible, and they're going to see it in their bank account, and that is what motivates people, right? I mean, people want to get paid. People want to be rewarded in their bank account because they want to pay a bill, they want to go on vacation, they want whatever, they want to improve their quality of life. So I'm excited, and we're going to do some strategy calls, and we're going to do some contest calls and all kinds of things, and I'm sure Kevin's going to be working on a corporate level with us with all that.
Can I say one thing real quick? Because I want people to understand where we're coming from, where we came from. So we started out with DS Domination, and you had a compensation plan that really gave you 50% of what, you bring somebody in, you get 50% of that. That's not a sustainable model for a team building effort. And we found a lot of people at the on lower levels, great people, amazing people, getting zero support because you're not making any money off them. The sponsors weren't. So then we moved into the binary and said, okay, this will be good because now they'll get an income and they'll be able to foster and have team growth. And so those are the eyes that we looked at that from, right? Not necessarily the love of the binary. We love the team building stuff, right? We want people, because when you go to an event and and I'm standing up on stage and someone says, Kevin, look, my sponsor, he's in this and he's in that and he's on all these things. He's in 15 different companies and I don't know whether he's coming or going. I get zero help. He doesn't respond to me. He doesn't help me out. You've got to take some kind of action. It's my responsibility to take some kind of action because I can only hear that so many times. So we brought in the binary compensation plan with the advice of some experts. We brought in these experts, and they said, look, this is the comp plan you want to go, and they made some tweaks to it. But at the end of the day, most companies have a shelf life, okay? Most network marketing companies, they come up, they rise, they fall. And we found very quickly, after we launched the comp plan and did all this stuff, we found very quickly that the people that we brought around us, some of the folks that we brought around us, while they've had success, we tended to be the most successful people there in a lot of these instances. So it came down to, no, we gotta scrap this whole thing and we gotta run with our gut. All right, we got to do what we know instead of relying on too many voices, right? So we designed this compensation plan, and we designed what we would want to build and what would foster growth in our teams, and that's why you see this compensation plan coming out. Now, for those of you who are in here or have been in Infinii and came in and said, "Oh, I can't wait to build out this comp plan. This is beautiful," and in the binary, and then looked at it and go, "I don't understand it." Well, yeah. Yeah, it's, what is it, 12 different ways to earn these days? The ways to earn go up and up, and if you hear that bell, that's my lunch bell. That's my lunch bell. So the ways to earn go up and up in these compensation plans, okay? And now my dog's upset because he wants to go. So the way to earn in these compensation plans go up, all right? And now when you do that, it adds a level of complexity that is just, you can't do it. You can't do it. It's difficult. It's hard. And so for those of you who did, give it your best all to build out that compensation plan, you're awesome. You stuck by that. For those of you who said, I can't understand this, I'm going to go look at something else, or I'm just going to focus on my e-commerce. Totally understand. 110%. That's why we're scrapping that compensation plan and going to something else, so we can give you what you deserve, what you need in order to build a successful business long term. And that is the comp plan that can drive the right behaviors, reward your team members for what they do, and really help get more money in your pocket on the front end and residual instead of giving you some giant leg that you get no money on, but you get to look at it every day. It's there. I see it. But, man, I get nothing for it. That's pretty frustrating. And so, we know when we made a mistake, and that compensation plan was a mistake, and so it needs to go away. And that's why we're replacing it with this one, to give you guys what you need to be able to grow. For those of you who barreled through and pushed through and said, I'm going to build this anyway, I love you guys. You're awesome. But it must have been a hard journey trying to build a binary compensation plan. That's why the industry is filled with failed compensation plans in the binary side. So anyway, it's a very exciting time what we have going on with we didn't even scratch the surface on vendors, marketplace, some of the stuff we're doing on the partner side, the funnels that I'm bringing out into the market for you guys to use on the partner side. But I think right now the focus should be on who do I have that's going to build this with me in this new compensation plan. Let's get moving. Ping your inactive downlines if you got them. Ping your active downlines. Ping your uplines. Say, hey, I'm building this thing. Are you going to be supporting me in this, or are you not? And find out. Ask them the tough questions, guys. And then if they're not interested in really growing a huge organization with you and supporting you, ask for their upline's name. Okay? And go up and find your leaders. And if you're on this call, if you're on this Hangout and you've got Kenya, and this whole team here, then you're in the right place anyway, so you don't have to ask those questions. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this is going to go. I'm really excited for the holding tank. I'm really excited for the team growth we're going to see. I mean, and for me to be able to build it as well and provide spillover into the field from a top level is going to be just phenomenal for me. So yeah,
that's awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin, for your time. I know what happens when your wife has to ring the bell twice, so we don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
she's amazing. She makes him all these gourmet meals, rings the bell for him to come eat. It's awesome. But we appreciate you taking the time, and we're excited about what's coming as a team, and looking forward to the future with this. We'll have other hangouts about the marketplace. I mean, the marketplace is going to be a complete game changer when that's live, and anyway, I'm just really excited. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Bye. So Cindy and Becky and Christopher, do you guys have anything else you want to add?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention about not disregarding the small sales. I have one item with a $20 profit, but that item sold over 7,000 times. So those small sales do add up. So just keep, even if it's $2, $2 7,000 times is amazing. So just keep listing and selling.
That was a great advice, Becky. Chris, we couldn't hear you. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to come out and say something about consistency. The key is actually being consistent with your listings. That'll get you more views, more people coming to see your item. Because I've tried that. I've done it where I did a little program to where I listed a couple days, then I stopped for a week, and then I listed a couple days more, and then and I saw a fall off of my views. I saw a fall off on my sales. Then I picked it up to where maybe I was adding 2 or 3 items a day, and then I picked it up to 4 or 5 items or 10 items, and then I saw a consistency of sales come in. So when we say, I know everybody says consistency, 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 but it's true. If you consistently put up a number of items, you get views, and eBay rewards you for that. I'm specifically talking about eBay because I love eBay, and like I said, everybody starts at eBay. So consistency is very much a key in building your business.
That is 100% true. Without consistency, you won't make a dime. I don't care what you're doing. That's great advice, Christopher. Cindy.
My message box fills up with what do I bundle, what do I bundle, what do I bundle? And I guess, I think it's so simple, but all you have to do is think about when you search for items, if it's on eBay, if it's on Amazon, and look at what it says. It's telling you at the bottom of the page. people that bought this item also looked at this. And people that bought this item also looked at that. And so it's kind of a no-brainer when you think about, okay, what should I be bundling? If they're telling me that this item is selling with that item and that item is selling with that item, it just gave you 3 possibilities that you could go out and make a bundle. And then there's items that you may not think about. I mean, I'm a seasonal person. I'm so already ahead of, 4th of July stuff was already sent in. I got stuff already for Halloween. There's Memorial Day parties coming. Father's Day's just right around the corner. You should have been doing that, months ago. But bundling takes really to walk through a store and look how they merchandise things. Look at those couple of items that are bundled together and make them unique. So when people start looking at the FBA side of it and they start looking at bundles, and my biggest thing is, remember, you want it to be lightweight and not bulky. Lightweight and not bulky. And the less that you can do to make it light and not bulky, it's going to be so much easier for your bundles. But it's really not a difficult thing to do. I've bundled 2 bizarre items together, and I sell out of them. It's just a weird thing. But it's, again, it's such a cool thing, and everybody learns that at the entry level in Prime. I mean, where do you get that? $49.95, you're going to learn how to start scanning and doing, FBA right there in that very beginning level. So go for it. That's all I can say. Don't be afraid. Go for it.
That's awesome. Thank you, Cindy. Fear will paralyze you no matter what you're doing. If you're afraid and it doesn't allow you to, and you allow it not to let you move forward, you will never accomplish anything. So even if you're afraid, just do it. So we're excited, guys. We're going to have some stuff coming. Real quick, since I have you here, I'm just going to take a couple more seconds of your time because some of you don't know that we have some things for the team. And I really want to make sure that you know about them. Can you tell me if you can see my screen? Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Like email?
Yes.
Okay. So we have this training site for you. Okay, ecomavengers.com. This is not the registration page. The registration page is located in the Facebook group it's a pinned post in the Facebook group. Also the marketing site. So this is you're going to have a ton of stuff here. Prime categories. And you're going to see things that we have. I mean, we had a Q&A with Nikki. We have the simple passive income, which is the team system that Andrew did for us. This Chris did, cashing in with Overstock. You want to know where he's making his $200 plus profits? Check out his Overstock. We have a little bit of marketing stuff in here, not a whole lot, but a little bit for offline stuff. There's just information. Scroll through. We want to make sure that you know about the resources and know also that this isn't just, I had this question the other day, and we had someone, let me see if I can find my screen for this again. We had someone ask about, she was telling me she wanted to really focus on the partner side, and she's like, okay, so I need to build a website, and I need to have a Facebook group, and I need to do this, and I'm like, why do you feel like you need to do that? She's like, well, because you do that. And I said, but I do that for you. This team does that for you. We want you to be able to plug your people into these things into the Facebook group that we have with all of these amazing leaders and a bunch of other people who are doing really well that love to help answer questions in that group and welcome people and celebrate with you. And the training site is there for your team also. So just plug your team in. Don't worry about spending your time, messing with it. The greatest thing you could do would be to just contribute in the team that we've built so that everybody, it grows and grows and everybody's helpful, and you don't have to worry about it because it can be a headache sometimes. But just know that there are a ton of resources that are for you and for the people that you bring in and for the people that they bring in and the people that they bring in, and it goes on and on and on. So we're excited. I believe that we will be the largest team in Infinii. You guys have seen, we've brought a lot of people in, helped a lot of people make money. Becky is she shares this thing like crazy. The woman's on her lunch break making calls about Infinii, and she's bringing people in, and we've all, when the news came out that the comp plan was changing, we all kind of went, well, let's pull back and slow down a minute because we want to wait till those changes are made and bring them in. So 10 days, what is it, 10 days? Maybe 10, 11 days, I don't know. My dates are all messed up. But when you recruit somebody, make sure that you send them, there's a welcome email in the Files tab of the Facebook group, and it has all the information they need to be plugged in. So make sure that you send out that email. Becky, were you going to say something?
Yeah, just two things to close us out. One, sports authorities are closing, so go and rack up on the sales. And two, if you have a Chewbacca, Star Wars Chewbacca mask, grab them up. They're selling like $219 on Amazon from that lady's video. And if you haven't seen the video, it's on my page, so take advantage of it.
Sports authorities are closing?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So there will be some great sales there if you're an FBAer.
Okay, awesome. Or if you need to go get your son roller skates like me.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks you guys for being on. We appreciate you, and we will be having the opportunity. Things will resume after the comp plan changes have been made, just if you guys are wondering. I believe that Christopher, Becky, and maybe Cindy, I'm not sure if I've got to talk with Cindy about it, and a few others will be rotating, facilitating those, and we're going to just have some fun. All right? We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.